Hello, Gene Schwimmer here. Welcome to today's vlog. In yesterday's vlog, I showed you a short clip of Joe Biden getting an ice cream cone and being peppered with these really tough questions from the liberal press, which, as I've said many times, is really, for all practical purposes, the press, with just a very few exceptions. So they peppered him with these really incisive, hard-hitting questions, such as, what flavor ice cream was it? And the one I want to talk about today, those nasty Republicans, do you think they'll vote for the January 6th commission to have a bash fest of conservatives, to use that as an opportunity to bash conservatives, to connect what happened on January 6th to Trump, of course, and to bash Trump at the same time? Apparently they're not going along with it, but he answered it in a certain way where he said that he couldn't imagine the Republicans not voting for a commission to investigate the greatest violence or the greatest attack or worst attack on the Capitol since the Civil War.
Are we able to see compromise and common ground on that?
On a commission? I think it's... I can't imagine anyone voting against the establishing of a commission on the greatest assault since the Civil War on the Capitol.
That really got me. That really got me because it is so... Well, Joe Biden, we should know by now, of course the press covers it up, but he lies all the time. Sometimes it's, well, I would say a lot of the time it's from ignorance. A lot of the time it's because he has dementia. A lot of the time he just plain flat out lies. I'll let you decide which was the motivation, either one of those individually or some combination or maybe all three, for his saying that and by the way, the video showed, there was a video, I showed it in an earlier vlog, they did not break, these protesters did not break into the Capitol. They were allowed in. The Capitol Police allowed them in. Most of them were peaceful. I think I could show you a video of that too, of them being peaceful.
This shit is getting insane. I'm okay. A lot of people aren't. I'm inside the Capitol. I'm like stuck in the Capitol. It's okay. Nothing right now. Just let everybody know I'm okay.
The people who were arrested were so far charged only with trespassing. Maybe there's going to be a destruction of public property charge somewhere along the line, if there hasn't already been. But nobody's been charged with insurrection. But again, getting back to this phrase, worst attack on the Capitol since the Civil War, I'm going to refute that right now with a video. Somebody on YouTube, and I'm going to link to it because I always link to my sources. You can see for yourself, somebody thoughtfully put together a video showing past attacks on the Capitol. I'm going to show you the video, and then you tell me, you can tell me in the comments, which ones are worse than the ones... Well, to be honest, I don't think any of them are as bad as the Civil War. Be real. The Civil War, well, he said, in fairness, the worst since the Civil War. So I made an unfair comparison there. So I always, if I say something unfair, I always try to correct it. But as far as being the worst attack since the Civil War, watch this video, and then you can tell me in the comments if you care. Here is the video.
In 1915, a German man who had been a Harvard professor detonated a bomb inside the Capitol in an attempt to deter the U.S. from entering World War I. The bomber also murdered his pregnant wife and shot financier J.P. Morgan, Jr. A famous episode occurred in 1954 when Puerto Rican nationalists unleashed a barrage of shots from the visitors' gallery, wounding 5 congressmen before unfurling the island's flag. In 1971, the radical militant group known as the Weather Underground set off an explosive to protest the U.S. bombing of Laos. In 1983, a communist group bombed the Senate in response to the invasion of Grenada. And in 1998, a mentally ill man fired at a checkpoint and killed 2 Capitol police officers. One of the dying officers managed to wound the gunman, who was arrested and later institutionalized.
Welcome back. And what did you just see in that video? You saw shootings, you saw bombings, but supposedly what happened on January 6th is worse than these shootings and bombings. As I said, Biden could just be ignorant, but there is no excuse for the press. The press has no excuse. They do have a reason, though, I think. I think I can divine the reason, and you don't have to do much divining to figure it out. Those attacks, as I understand them, they're all from the left. All these attacks on the Capitol, they're all from the left, all from the left. So you can probably imagine, I'm sure that's one reason why it hasn't been reported, and I think it's one reason why this is getting so much emphasis. The same motivation for, I mean, if you're talking about insurrections and you're talking about Antifa, you're talking about these attacks on federal buildings, you're talking about a group of thugs who have made it very clear that their goal is to bring down the government. They are anarchists. They are very clear about what they want to do, but Congress does not want to, oh, well, never mind, they don't want to investigate it. They don't even want to admit that it's happening. They just try to bury this real insurrection. So if we're going to have a commission, then we should look into everything, starting with Antifa. And I mean that, a complete investigation of Antifa, and I would not leave out Black Lives Matter. And when those are completed, and if they are completed fairly and honestly and comprehensively and in detail, and if they are reported, if the commission is reported on honestly, then I would say we could agree to investigate this trespassing on January 6th. And just make sure that it's not called an insurrection and that Trump is absolved of any responsibility of it. That has to be a plain statement made before the commission. And as I said, an acknowledgement that there have been worse attacks in the past and that they have all been committed by the left. And that's it for today. Thanks for stopping by. And I appreciate your stopping by and the time that you spend with me. I would hope that you would give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Share with anybody you think would also like it. Got any comments? Comment section below the video where you can put questions, suggestions for future topics. You could subscribe. I love getting new subscribers. You could visit my other channels, my hot dog recipe channel and my music channel, links in the description. But most of all, come back and see me again. I really look forward to seeing all of you again. And until I do see all of you again, maybe with a few more people that you're welcome to bring along. Until that time, bye.